Welcome to the SmartKeys podcast.
And welcome to the deep dive. Today we're designed to get you, completely up to speed on what is probably the most transformative force in the modern workplace.
AI and automation.
Exactly.
That's right. I mean, the modern workplace isn't just evolving anymore. It's being fundamentally reshaped.
Yeah.
And for anyone who needs to stay competitive or maybe guide their organization through this whole digital revolution, understanding the strategic side of AI is, well, it's more pressing than ever.
Mm-hmm.
So our mission today is to give you those high-value, actionable takeaways. We're diving into excerpts from the SmartKeys article, AI and Automation, the Future of Work, which is just a fantastic resource.
It is. It's packed with strategic insights, including some developed with the University of Cincinnati's Carl H. Linder College of Business.
And we're not just, reciting facts about technology here.
No, not at all. Our focus is really on distilling the strategic insights, the practical value, to help you understand how to leverage these forces. And the core idea, really, underpinning all of this is that AI is not just a replacement for human labor.
It's not just about getting rid of jobs.
No, it's a sophisticated tool designed to enhance human tasks, to redefine what a job role even is. We have to see it as a strategic, collaborative partner.
Okay, so let's unpack that, this idea of augmentation versus just pure automation, because that distinction really dictates how we should approach this entire revolution.
It does.
When most of us hear automation, we instantly think of job displacement. But the strategic finding here is about boosting human efforts, right? Increasing productivity. How is that functionally different in practice?
Well, functionally, automation aims to remove the human entirely from a process, usually a repetitive one. Augmentation, though, it's more like it gives the human a superpower.
A superpower. I like that.
Yeah, and we see this with generative AI giving these immediate quick wins. The article uses a perfect example, a realtor crafting property listings.
Right. That used to take hours.
Exactly. Had market research, descriptive writing, legal checks, formatting. It could easily be an hour, maybe more, of focused work for just one listing.
Sure.
Now, generative AI using natural language processing, or NLP, it just ingests the basic data, square footage, neighborhood price, and it drafts this compelling, compliant, unique listing in minutes.
But the realtor is still in the loop.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
The realtor still reviews, they edit, they add that final human polish. But the AI did, 95% of the heavy lifting? This isn't just about speed. It's about reallocating those hours from routine drafting to high-value things.
Like meeting clients or closing deals.
Precisely.
That reframing is so key.
Yeah.
And it's not just about one realtor's efficiency either. We're talking about foundational technologies, machine learning, NLP,
Okay.
that are transforming every single industry at the same time.
And that emphasis on efficiency has these massive global consequences. What's just fascinating here is the sheer economic scale of it all.
You mean the potential output?
Yeah. When you apply augmentation like this across global supply chains, financial services, R&D, the output is staggering. The McKinsey Global Institute estimated that AI could add a massive $13 trillion to global economic output.
13 trillion.
By 2030, that's not marginal growth. That's a huge injection of capital and capability into the entire global system.
$13 trillion is almost impossible to even visualize. And to put a finer point on it, the source also suggests that generative AI alone, the tech powering that realtors task, could add up to a 7% increase in global GDP.
Which is just incredible.
It is.
Yep.
And if we connect that to the strategy, the why, it means that organizations that figure out how to integrate these augmentation tools first, they're the ones who are going to capture the lion's share of that new wealth.
Exactly. It's all about leveraging efficiency to innovate, freeing up capital to chase new markets, and tackling problems that were, frankly, unsolvable before.
Okay, but this is where it gets really interesting, and where we have to move from the economics to the human impact, the job market shift.
Yeah.
We're seeing two enormous trends unfolding at the same time. How do we synthesize the reality of job displacement with the promise of new job creation?
Well, the displacement numbers they're impossible to ignore. They reflect real careers being reshaped. The potential for job displacement stands at 85 million
85 million jobs.
by 2025. Worldwide. And if you look longer term, the source estimates up to 375 million workers globally might need to switch jobs or learn significant new skills by 2030.
That's nearly 1 in 10 workers needing a major career pivot in just the next few years.
It's a huge shift.
And it's crucial to note this impact isn't evenly distributed. I mean, We have to acknowledge the disparity here.
Definitely. Low-wage workers in highly repeatable, routine jobs, think manufacturing, food service, they face a much higher risk of displacement.
Whereas the high-wage creative professionals, like our Realtor example, are generally more secure. Why that difference?
It's because the value in those high-wage roles is tied to uniquely human skills.
Yeah.
Creativity, emotional intelligence, negotiation, high-level judgment.
Things a machine can't replicate.
Not yet, anyway. AI can write the first draft, but it can't authentically read the room during a critical negotiation. So the most secure roles are the ones that require that high cognitive variability, that empathetic interaction.
But that brings us right to the other side of the equation. Job creation.
Right.
Automation forces people out of certain jobs, sure, but it's also creating entirely new categories of work. The forecast is for around 97 million new jobs to be created globally by 2025.
And this is where that strategic professional readiness really comes into play. These new roles, they need new skill sets. We're talking about jobs like AI system trainers.
They're people who teach the models.
Exactly. They teach the models, they validate the output, ensure quality control. Then you have maintenance specialists for the systems. But the most intriguing category, I think, is the growing demand for professionals skilled in AI ethics, policy, and governance.
That sounds a bit like corporate jargon. What does an AI ethics specialist actually do? Are they coders?
Not necessarily. They're more like hybrid legal and technical specialists. They don't write the algorithms, but they make sure the algorithms are compliant, that they're fair, that they're not biased.
So if a hiring algorithm is filtering out certain demographics,
The AI ethics specialist is the one who finds the flawed data, manages the legal risk, and implements the fix. It's a totally new critical risk management function for the digital age, and it's a very high-growth field.
that really signals a shift in what we need from the workforce people to manage the machines, not just operate them.
And this reshaping, it impacts the entire organizational structure. The source highlights this major trend toward more flexible work models, relying heavily on what's called the extended workforce.
Contractors, gig workers?
Right. Consultants. This group can now account for 30 to 50% of an organization's total staff.
The numbers on that are astounding. I mean, look at the Novartis example in the article. A huge pharma company, about 100,000 internal employees. But they rely on over 50,000 external contributors to boost their operations. Managing that kind of distributed workforce must be a huge challenge.
It is. Think about the complexity. How do you coordinate projects, ensure compliance, maintain quality control with 50,000 external people? AI and automation tools are essential not just for the work they do, but for coordinating and communicating with this massive, fluid talent pool. It's what makes that agility even possible.
So if we connect this to the bigger picture, it seems like the most successful organizations, they aren't waiting around. They are prioritizing specific, practical AI applications that streamline operations today.
Yes, this is about immediate optimization, not some 5-year conceptual plan. So let's get specific. What practical applications are delivering confirmed immediate benefits right now?
Well, human resources is a huge one, which is fascinating because you think of HR as the most, human-centric function.
It is, but augmentation is proving indispensable there. A significant 40% of HR functions in the USA are now using AI-augmented applications.
So why the quick uptake?
Because AI is being used in the initial screening stages of interviews to actively reduce human bias. It standardizes the criteria. And the McKinsey data on this shows it dramatically reduces the time to hire by up to 50%.
Cutting hiring time in half is a massive competitive advantage.
It really is.
And on the customer side, we've all dealt with chatbots, right? Handling initial questions. The data says 48% of marketing professionals see a significant improvement in customer interactions from them. But I have to ask, if they're so good, why is that number only 48%? What's the limitation there?
That's a really important question. The limitation is usually the handoff. A chatbot excels at repetitive, defined questions. But when the customer issue needs empathy or creative problem solving,
The bot fails.
it often does, and that leads to frustration. So that 48% figure tells us that while AI handles the volume, the human agents now need to be trained specifically to manage those tougher, high-stakes interactions where the customer is already aggravated.
It's a perfect example of augmentation. AI handles the noise so humans can focus on the critical stuff.
Absolutely. Then you look at manufacturing and operations where the benefits are just. They're directly measurable on the bottom line. Take predictive maintenance.
Right. Fixing things before they break.
Instead of after. AI analyzes vibration data, temperature, in real time to predict exactly when a part will fail. This saves huge costs and just slashes downtime.
We're talking tangible gains here.
We are. Another tool, AI scheduling agents have been shown to slash yield losses in manufacturing by up to 40%.
40%, that's not small change.
No, that's real revenue recovered just by making sure materials and production lines are used optimally. And underpinning all of this are the data analytics platforms, which are just essential for making informed decisions in this environment. You can't be strategic without that level of insight.
It's clear AI is crucial, and yet we have to look at the adoption reality check. Despite all this promise, only 43% of business professionals plan to add AI to their operations.
Yeah.
Only 43%. Why the hesitation? I mean, that points to a massive immediate opportunity for anyone willing to jump in now.
It does. But while adoption might seem low in some pockets, the momentum is undeniable. The source material notes that overall AI adoption has surged 300% over the past 5 years.
300%.
So if you're delaying your AI strategy, that window for competitive advantage is closing, and it's closing fast.
So what does this all mean for you, the person listening right now? How does this information help you stay ahead of the curve?
Well, we know there are still challenges. The two big hurdles are the high cost of sophisticated AI solutions, which can keep smaller firms out, and the persistent skills gap.
The shortage of experts.
The critical shortage of proficient AI experts and data scientists needed to actually implement and manage these systems.
And that's why the solution that's presented is a human-centric one. It's all centered on continuous learning. If you're a professional, the skills gap is the barrier preventing you from advancing.
Exactly. Companies have to focus on upskilling, data science application, machine learning interpretation, creative use of generative AI. These are the new core competencies. As machines take over routine tasks, human potential is freed up for more strategic work.
And leaders have a really critical internal communication job here, managing resistance. Employees are afraid of job loss, and the source noted that only 32% of employees feel well-informed about their company's AI plans.
And that lack of communication is a major risk. It creates friction, turnover. Leaders have to clearly articulate the value, show employees how AI enhances their roles rather than just replacing them.
That human touch is still essential. You need critical thinkers to make sure these AI applications actually connect with users on a human level. The strategy isn't to adopt AI because it's popular, it's to pinpoint specific problems that AI can solve effectively.
And the future is now. The pace is just undeniable. 87% of companies are prioritizing long-term AI strategies. And the forecast is that AI will be integrated into a staggering 90% of enterprise applications by 2025.
So to synthesize this for you, the future of work is, without a doubt, defined by human-AI collaboration and strategic augmentation. AI adoption has already hit nearly 80% among employers who are looking to boost efficiency.
And to get that competitive edge, businesses have to embrace continuous learning and robust risk management. But the main takeaway for you as a professional is to view AI as the ultimate partner in strategic efficiency.
Which brings us to our final thought for you to explore. While the benefits of AI are pretty pronounced for demographics that traditionally move into these new analytical roles, the source explicitly mentions that older workers face unique hurdles in adapting. This is just a skills gap. It's often cultural. It's systemic. So the question is, how should organizations ethically and proactively address these specific demographic challenges? Through targeted training, mentorship, new role design to ensure workforce development is equitable as AI becomes truly fundamental to how we work.
It's a challenge that really tests the limits of organizational readiness and fairness in this new digital world. Definitely food for thought.
We hope this deep dive was valuable for your professional readiness. Thank you for tuning in to the SmartKeys podcast.
And be sure to subscribe for more strategic insights. You can read the full article, AI and Automation, The Future of Work by Felix Römer. The link is right there in the show notes. We'll catch you next time.